So after covering a couple of notable anti-vaccine COVID deaths last week, many of you over the weekend sent me all sorts of other examples of this. And there's a couple I want to highlight, and I highlight these not to point the finger and laugh at people. I don't find that there's anything to laugh at, but to show all of the different ways in which this toxic delusional thinking infects people, and then they end up in horrible situations. Their families end up in horrible situations, and it's absolutely horrifying. An anti-vaccine podcaster who got COVID at a conspiracy conference during which COVID conspiracies were spread has now died of COVID. I'm talking about 61-year-old Doug Kuzma. A QAnon and anti-vax podcaster has died from complications due to COVID after getting the virus at a conspiracy theory conference, which became a super spreader event where attendees blamed their illness on an anthrax attack. I don't know if you remember that. Last week, or maybe it was the week before, I told you about this conspiracy conference where tons of people got COVID and they said, we believe we were targeted with anthrax. And of course, you apply a simple kind of colloquial Occam's razor. What's more likely, that anthrax, which is difficult to get in the US, really more prevalent in other parts of the world, and it is what's responsible as a targeted attack against us when the symptoms are the one of the virus that's rapidly spreading everywhere? Why would we choose the anthrax over the COVID? Well, didn't make any sense. This guy has now died, not from anthrax, but from COVID. Doug Kuzma, 61-year-old from Newport News, Virginia, died after being hospitalized 10 days earlier. Kuzma broadcasted on the Frog News podcasting network, which stands for Fully Rely on God. Kuzma and his fellow hosts pushed an array of conspiracy theories ranging from QAnon to COVID denial and election fraud lies. Kuzma attended the Reawaken America conference in Dallas on the weekend of December 11th, posting a picture of his media pass. Other images posted show large crowds in confined spaces with no social distancing or masks. I literally told you guys when we would look at clips from Reawaken America, these are COVID hellscapes. And now he has died. The conspiracy-laden event organized by Tulsa businessman Clay Clark was headlined by people like the disgraced former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, and Eric Trump. Several unvaccinated conspiracy theorists and fraud promoters basically claimed they were targeted with anthrax. Kuzma reported he was feeling ill, claimed it was chronic bronchitis flaring up again. From the picture, he looks obese and chronic bronchitis, and you don't get a vaccine. And when COVID is rampantly spreading, you go to a conference with tons of other unvaccinated and unmasked people. It's really unbelievable. On December 15th, he posted that he had a fever. Someone commented he should get a COVID test, and he said, no way. He was told, better safe than sorry, and he lashed out, saying, you must have lost your mind so they can kill me and try to give me the jab. I'll die at the house before I go to the hospital. Well, after suffering for fever for 5 days, he was forced to admit he probably had COVID. He was found unconscious at his house on Christmas Eve and rushed to the hospital. He was not responding to treatment. He was sedated and placed on a ventilator. According to a fellow member, the final message Kuzma sent was a photo of himself with a refill of ivermectin. Oh, my God. His daughter stopped sharing posts about his condition because she was against his truther movement. He pushed anti-vax conspiracies. They also promote multi-level marketing company LifeWave on the Frog Network, which sells wearable patches that promise to activate your stem cells and reset them to a younger, healthier state. Man, you know, this is instructive in so many ways. The MLM stuff he was pushing, it didn't help him survive. The ivermectin didn't help him. He didn't get the vaccine. And, you know, Candace Owens recently said she'll die before getting the vaccine. That is clearly that there are people choosing that. There are people choosing that. And this is sad. This is not something I look at and I laugh at. And we have another example to look at. It is a brand new year. Maybe you have goals around getting in better shape, maybe cutting back on sugar. That's why you should check out our longtime sponsor, Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon tastes exactly like the delicious sweet breakfast cereals you loved as a kid, but Magic Spoon has 0 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net carbs. So it's perfect if you're doing low carb or keto, or if, like me, you just try to limit your sugar intake. You can build your own variety pack with flavors like cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, cinnamon, cookies and cream, waffle, maple, blueberry. That's my favorite. Magic Spoon lets you enjoy a sweet, delicious snack without the guilt. You can stick to your goals and still treat yourself. And if you don't love Magic Spoon as much as I do, they'll give you all of your money back, no questions asked. Magic Spoon is giving my audience $5 off when you go to magicspoon.com/Pacman and use the promo code Pacman